MTS and John Paul II basketball have both been successful programs for the past 2 years, and the two teams have also been strong rivals for many years, competing against each other in the city finals twice. So far, JP2 and the MTS are declared the strongest teams in the Catholic School Board, and it will be expected that the two teams are going to battle in the city finals this year once again.
Hello, my name is Angela. I'm going today to interview someone from basketball team. Hello, what's your name?
My name is Johanna Cook.
What position did you play?
I did play forward for a bit, but then now I play mainly center. So.
How do you prepare for a game that's different than your teammates?
Usually I like stretch before anything, because our warm up is. Sometimes we don't get enough time to warm up, so I stretch before to get in the mode.
What advantage do you think MTS has against JP2?
So what advantage did MTS have, over us?
Yeah.
Basically, that they have a good system. They move pretty quick, and yeah, they're just overall a good team, and we shouldn't underestimate them. Right now, first in the league, so.
What advantage do you think JP2 has against MTS?
For all fairness, we're pretty kind of close on a good standpoint. But what we should have at the end of our season or practices after a couple of tournaments, we should have well together defense, and we can work on our offense a little bit better.
Do you have program rituals that you do before every game?
Oh, every time. After our warm-up, we get in a circle, we all start cheering, start screaming, and getting hyped. Michael goes in the middle, starts dancing, and we all have a good time before that. Because remember, it's still a game, we should all have fun.
That's really good. Thank you.
No problem. And first, let me just put this out here. You see this? I won this. Wait, come over here. Come over here, don't worry. This is off. See that right there? I won that. See this water? I drink that. Oh yeah. And you see that? Wait, last but not least. See that right there? Yeah, I caught him. He's my youth.
Shoot it if you're bad. Yeah!
You can. Awesome. Your team has had an extraordinary run of success. Explain how you maintain this form.
Well, I think back to the previous things. I think you have to, set some goals. You have to make all your players and coaching staff accountable, and when they're not meeting the demands that you have set, then you need to call them on it, and you need to constantly be discussing and talking about the team as number one, and the individuals do not come ahead of the team. The team is always number one.
Okay. How do you motivate your players?
Well, there's different ways of motivating. You can motivate by fear. You can motivate by reward. Those do not last. Okay, they are short term. You do not win, or you do not develop a program, or you cannot get to, I think, the level we have achieved over the last 4 or 5 years by those types of motivation. I'll tell you how you motivate student athletes. You must model for them intrinsic values and being intrinsically motivated, wanting to come in the morning, wanting to get extra shots in, wanting to learn, wanting to be on time for practice, wanting to stay after, wanting to work hard. Okay, so that's the only lasting form of motivation. It must be intrinsic. with no reward attached, with no fear model attached, but they must want to do it themselves.
How can you improve teamwork and the attitudes of each player?
Well, I think just making everyone accountable. Once again, I mean, you set the bar high, and you must constantly be providing feedback, and it's an opportunity to teach, right? Just like the classroom, it's no different than the classroom. You have to be able to teach, and you have to have good communication skills, and everyone must know what their role is. And when they don't, they must be reminded about what their role is.
Okay. What is the most rewarding part of being a coach?
Well, I'll tell you, it's not the wins and losses. I mean, coaches will lose way more than they win for the most part. And you get lucky once in a while and you have success winning. I mean, maybe call it luck this year, maybe call it luck over the past few years, but you can have a great season and not win. Mother Teresa is a very good program. I think Mother Teresa and John Paul might be the top two programs in London. But unfortunately, one of us will go to WASA. And if we don't go, that does not mean our season has been a failure. I think you have to be careful when you place too much value on wins and losses. You need to place value on, growth, on leadership, on parts of a program where you can see kids that mature into good citizens. That's how you define a program.
All right.
Game ball.